Hello, you're welcome to class. This is your anchor and your consultant, Jude Chukwudi Ilobelu. Today is our day 2 class for Excel. The last class we took time to extensively explain a lot of things that you expect to see in the features of our Excel platform and how to manipulate them to get your required result. Today we'll be concluding on some that were not fully touched. Then we now improve on our work on touching some new aspects. So we'll be looking at the special features, how to use them. We'll also explain to you what it means when we talk about numerics, text file, and others, as it have to do with the use of Excel. Teach you how to autofill your work, how to hide and unhide sheet and column, differentiate between distinct and the unique value. You can also generate flash and the application of borders. So we will start with the borders first, then we'll now go to see how far we can go for today. So remember in our class I did show us this and we didn't use them very well. So we want to look at borders and how they are used in Excel. So I can come to this segment and maybe remove the others for now. We'll bring it back later. Now for you to use borders, it has a lot of use on how you can be able to manipulate it. You can highlight everything by clicking on the small arrow as I showed us yesterday, and you go to the border, click on the little knob. You can see we have a lot. The first one is button border, so you just click on the button border to look at how it looks like. And you go down to see how it's applied. You can see that you may not see anything significant because of the large size. You can go again and the button border only apply to, let's see, it only apply to this A, even though everything was highlighted. Let's click it again and see. think it will highlight the very last. Okay, no let's waste time on that. Basically, I may want to maybe use just one column to see the effect of what we mean. So let me put on the top and now remove. You can see that the top here is sticking. Now go back again and click on the left border to see how it will look like. So the effect is not much when you are using this initial 4, but when I start to use this no border, let's see how it will look like. No border means there's no line by the edges, and I click on no borders. Now there's no border here, but what we are seeing here is the line that came with the grid line. That is why you are seeing lines here. That is why you are seeing lines here, but the effects are there. So when you, for instance, decide to go to view and you remove the grid line, then you come back to home and decide to pick this segment again, and you look at it from the border perspective. For instance, let me click on this right border and come out. You can see that the line is there, but when those grid lines were there, it was embedded in those green lines, so you couldn't see it. You go again, you put on the top border and you come out. The line is there, just that it is also embedded on this particular line. So we now come again and click on all borders, but then you have to first of all highlight everything and click on all borders. See this, but this line now is different from the grid line. Look at it carefully. It's more a kind of thicker than the green line. So the line covers everything. Okay. Then when you come again, you say you want to tick in everything, the outside borders, and you click on it. Now it is the last borders outside that are tickened, but you want to see it very well. Maybe you can just click on this row ID only and you click on it. You can see that it is imparting on it, but this line margin may not allow you to see much, so you can go to this second line, for instance, and click on it again so that you can see that it has taken the whole 4 angles. So this is for border. Borders can be done this way. You can do it for all this. You can even use it to draw your line, and you'll draw your borderline grid and the rest. So let's take some step to bring it back to our normal line. You can follow this step until you go back to where you were originally, as I've taught you before. Okay, you come here and bring back the grid line. You are back to where we were. So we can also come again at the borderline and go to this extra more border. So when you come to more border, it gives you the room to manipulate how your borders will look like, whether the lines are inside whether you don't want any line or you want to work on the outline or the inside line, you can be able to achieve that for customized work. For instance, this is a customized work. There's none, then this little line or to this bold line as you want to see it in your work. So if, for instance, I move out first, I come to this view and I remove the grid lines. Then I come back to my home and come to border. Now I want to give you a specialized work. And I click on more borders. Before then, I may close this first so I can highlight everything. I'm highlighting everything now. I will now come to my border, pick on the more, then I can now come to this inside and pick on this. This is what I want to see inside. So when you click it, it will tell you what you want. If you want to put something like this inside, for instance, and you click on the inside, you see it has given you what you want to see inside. But I want to see this little suit line. I click on inside. I want the outside to remain the way they are. It is showing you how it will look like here. Then you can also say the color. I don't want it automatic. I want this color or light color for my color. What else do I want? I don't want to touch alignment because I want to touch alignment. The font, what font type do you want? I want look for it here. For instance, you can pick any color. Okay, say you want this, for instance, for a practice. Regular, italics, bold, let it be on regular 12. Okay, let's bring it down to 11. We don't want normal font. Oh yes, okay. Normal font is 12. We don't want normal 12. We'll go again here. Put 11. Come to the color. Put it to the range you want. Effect, strike through, superscript, subscript. There's nothing. There's no effect for your work. What else again can you do? This is a true type font, the same font to be used on both of your printer and the rest, yes. So you look at your border. We have touched on the border. We have touched on the fill. Now fill is what is inside. Let's still maintain this for fill. Numbers, everything is in order. And I say okay. Now you see that the whole thing is appear. The numbers are there. It's because of the line. So when we go back, for instance, again, we go to and look at it again. The only thing we want to change is this color. Put it on automatic and say okay. So a number has disappeared. We need to go back. So the only thing we did was that we did not only did fill, we also changed the color of the write-off. That is why everything disappeared. So we'll go again. Remember, practice makes what? Makes perfect. So when you tinker with some of these things, you get to know it, but always know your way back. That is the first instruction. So we'll come here again and go to the the borderline. So you leave the right up, don't touch this. Click on this on your inside. Go to your fill. Pick what you want on your fill. Then what else again? That should be it. And you click on OK. Maybe font. So you want font 11. Want it regular, you leave it at where it is. Calibrate and you say OK. You can see that our font has been changed. Another thing again is that you can also look at the front row. You can do Shift Control End here. Then you go to your color, your fill. You may change the background as you wish. It will show you what you have changed. You can also Shift Control End. Let's leave it here. You can also maybe bolden it. I can also maybe put a thick border to it. See, this is just what we call little formatting. It will not change the spectrum of your work. So this is what you can do with border. I'll leave it at that. You can continue to improve on this work. So I want to talk on the meaning of numerics data, text data, because that is what you will be encountering as you continue to work with data. So data can be categorized into different types. It can either be a numeric data whereby you are talking about numerous numbers, and numbers can either be a float or it can be an integer. Now, for instance, look at the row ID. The row ID is numbered 1, 2, 3 down until the end. This is known as a numerical data because it has either an integer, which is a whole number. It can either be negative whole number or positive whole number. It is still an integer. For our row ID and number, we don't expect to see a negative row number, but you know, negative row number can occur in a specific work. Once you have seen that, you know that it's numerics and it is an integer or a float. Now, when we talk about float, let's go and look at this work again. Let's move a bit to see if we can have something that will show us the properties of a float. Now, when you look at the cells, you see 261.96. This is a whole number that has decimal. This qualifies it as a float or a floating point. It's a float because after the last digit of whole number, there is still a numbers outside the last digit after it has ended with a decimal. So these are regarded as a float. They are also numerics. They are numerics. We have quantity. This is a whole number. It's an integer. Discount is a float because it has decimal point. We can see profit. Profit is a numerics too because it has decimal places. And in Excel, the numerics are always aligned in a particular pattern, and the pattern is that they take to the right hand side of alignment. So when you look at sales, you see that sales left space here and started at the edge, by the right hand edge. Same for quantity, discount, and profit. These are numerals. These are integers and float. And also, when you come to your row ID, you can also see number 1 to the end. It is also aligned to the right. It is also regarded to as integer and numerals. Now, you have other special ones that are also aligned to the right, just like the integers and the float, and they are dates or date data. You can see other dates. It has dates on 8. For instance, the first line is, or the first row talks about 8th of November 2016. So it is treated as a numeral and it is aligned to the right. Ship date is also aligned to the right. Now we have, outside of the numerals, we also have other ones which we call the text data. The text data are data that has alphabet aligned to it. So we can have pure names like name of somebody. It is a text data. We have some that we call the alphanumerics. So they have alphabet and they also have numerics. The Excel file don't treat them as an integer or a float. They are treated as a text. As long as there's an element of a text in it, it is treated as a text data. So when you look at our work again, you see that other ID has an alphabet CA, then it has a dash before you put the date and dash before you put another number, ID number at the end. So this is an alphanumeric because it has an intrigue of alphabet and integer mixed together. So it is treated as a text. So the text data in Excel is aligned to the left. And you can see that this is aligned to the left. And when you look at ship mode, this is purely the name of a class. So it is aligned to the left. This is also a text data. You see customer name. Let me see, let us expand it to see what is customer ID. Is an alphanumeric data. Is also aligned to the left. The customer name is aligned to the left, such as also is the consumer, the country, city, anything that is not purely numeric or float or date are aligned to the left. That is the order in which they are kept. So as an analyst, when you have a work that you want to execute, the first thing you do is to actually look at this arrangement to be sure that they are well arranged. So if they are not well arranged, you begin your data cleaning by arranging them properly. Because if you bring them into your analysis, it will mess up your work. So having an idea of how data are arranged is of importance to us. So now that you have known why this data are arranged, some to the right and some to the left. Remember I told you in alignment when we are treating it, nothing stops me from coming here and clicking on it and going to alignment and shifting it here. It make my work to look cool, but the idea of the work may have been defeated. So we don't do that until we have finished our analysis, except if you are doing a specialized work which you are just doing cleaning but it's not for analysis. You can do that, but not for data analysis, so that it can give you a headway to what you are doing. Now we also want to talk about the specialized kind of workings. Now let's go to the extreme and introduce something to our work. We have this. Now we want to do something about it. Now you know that you can pick your work, you can insert, you can delete your work from this place, but you can also pick our work and put here. Some works must have been formatted to a particular kind of condition, and you want to work with this particular work. What do you do? What do you do? is a question that must be answered if you must do it well. So let's, for instance, copy few lines from here and open up a new sheet and do activities with it. So we can say from sales, when you want to copy, see how when you take your mouse up onto this arrow, see the arrow is pointing down. We can click on it, go to your keyboard, touch on the shift control and go to the arrow that is pointing right, so that you can copy from sales up to profit. So we can do this. Then you do Control C, or you can come up here. You can come up here. You can see copy. We can copy this by clicking on this. It says copy or copy as picture. When you copy as picture, you can't do anything with it. So we'll just click on copy. When we click on copy, we can open up a new sheet here. Let's go again. Okay. There's something else I discovered here. So let's do Shift Control arrow again. Let's hit on the copy. When you hit on the copy, you can now come to this sheet and open up a new sheet. Now when you open up a new sheet, you see that this cursor, there's a green line already telling you where to start your work if you want to start from there. Okay, now we'll go to paste. We want to paste this our work. You can paste here, it will just put whatever you have there. But when you want to do, or to, as an analyst, you want to be sure of the values you are bringing or what you want to do, you go to this small paste here and click on it. You see it brings up paste option for you. It's asking you to just paste or the formulas, just paste the formula that is bringing the work, or paste formula and number formatting the work, or just keep the source formatting. That means the formatting that was already from the source where you picked it from, or you are working without border, keep source column and width, the size, the way it was kept in the size, or you transpose. That means taking your column to the row and row to column. Then we also talk about value. Paste the value and number amongst others. You paste formatting. So these are all conditions you can use. But what we want to also see further, we can come here and click on paste special. So for the paste special, this is where your work have differentiation. You see, from what we have, from where we are coming from, it is instructing you to paste everything all. That means if it was formatted, paste it like that. If anything, just the way you saw it, garbage in, garbage out. That is what it's telling you here. Then which operation are you doing? It still tells you that non-operation is going on. So here you now pick how you want the work to look like. Remember when we went to the first one, we saw some that were formula, keep source formatting, other things being equal. Now, when you want to really paste a value and you want to have non-headache in your work, you go to the value, this value here, and just click on it. So you want to get the values irrespective of what has been formatted. So when you have done that, you leave this operation like this, you just click OK. Now, this work that has been pasted for you here, if you look at it, you see there is no formatting. The beautification we did in the last one was not there. But the thing is that your values are kept intact. And that is the most important thing. Your values are kept intact and you can use the values for work. I see it has been given a name, sheet 1. So you can call it, can rename it, maybe say, call it work 1, for instance, to differentiate your work. So you can also come here and drag it outside so that it does not disturb the original position here. So in this work now, you can now go ahead now to format the way you want, and you'll be sure of the formatting pattern or what is behind your work. If not, there's some work you will do, it will keep you stranded because the formatting that was coming from the source has some issues. And because you're not sure of the issue and and some of them may have conditional formatting, which may be not compatible with your work, and it will leave you in a place. So you need to know this. So when you know that, it will become easy for you to operate with. So let's go back again to our orders where we are working. This value is missing. I don't know where the missing value is, whether it was omission, but we'll get to that later because there should be no missing value. We'll get to that. Quantity, discount profit, says quantity, discount profit. We'll get to that. We'll look for the original file and we'll know what that number is. But let's continue. So the next thing we should know is how to hide and unhide our sheet or column. Now you can also hide your sheet or column, especially maybe when you want to do presentation or you want to share work and you don't want to see maybe some rough work that you did. You know, like what we just did now, I can also do it in this place and it will appear. And by the time I finish, it may make the work to look clumsy or not look nice. And it's a part of cleanup, but we can always hide a column. How do we hide a column? When you come here, this is order date, for instance. You can highlight on order date. When I highlighted on it, I will just, let me do it again so that you see. I've highlighted on order date. Then when you go to your, what do you call it? You're right clicking and left clicking scroll in your laptop. You right click. When you right click, to give you option of what to do. But when you come down, you see hide and you see unhide. So I want to hide that column C. I will just click on hide. You see that column C has been hidden. But how do you know that there's no column C? When you look up, you see there's A, B, then D, E, F, and the rest. It is something has been hidden. Something has been hidden. And when you want to bring it again, you can hit anywhere, go again, and click on the unhide. So the hide is not going. You can also double click on this place. And it will give you back what has been hidden. It is not only the way you can also do it. You can also go to your, let's hide it again. You hide it. You can go to your orders here. Click on your orders. And let's see, Control Z. go back to the step that you took. Then you come to the unhide. You say unhide one or more. You want to unhide this, the whole others. You bring it back. Then you come again to the others. Okay. So you can bring it back, but for this one that is sitting here, you can double click on it and it will appear. So this is how you can hide and unhide your work. And if you don't need the work anymore, like the one we just did, you don't need any you will come to this place, for instance, and click on it. You can delete this work from here, or you can rename it, or you can move it. You can do a lot of things by just right clicking, or you can even hide it, or you can change the tab color. It is at your discretion. So you can do that too from that simple angle. So there's also a distinction between unique values and distinct values. So let's look at our work again from the first one, which is the row ID. You see that row ID has number, and I told you want to check the total number of our work. All you need to do, just click on the first item on the row, which is row ID, shift control down. You see the last value. The number is 9,994. Having in mind that the row value is number 1, that is why it is not 995. And you see that we have each row has a unique number. Each row has a unique number. So we'll come back again. Then we'll look at the next other ID. We see that we have differently numbers as differentiated. Some are CA 2016, other 15,000, or 152,000, 156. And there is 2 of it already. We can see this is 1, this is 2, this is more than 2 up to 7, and the rest. So these ones are numbering or pattern is differentiated from this. It's telling us that one of them is a number that is unique. Unique number is number that is only 1 in a given sheet. It doesn't occur twice. It's unique. It is specialized per row. We will take them as unique number. Then some numbers, for instance, when we went to ship mode again, we see we have first class, same day, second class, standard. Now, in this sheet that has about 9,994 rows, the different rows are segregated by this different class, and the class is not 9,994 as the case was, but only 1, 2, 3, 4. So among these 4, we can have either the numbers that we have here assign itself to either of these class. So this class is the distinctive class we have, which the unique number assigns itself to. So when we talk about unique, one row has one number or one particular identification, and that ends it. But when we come for unique, we're talking about the numbers that we have that we can see. Then each row takes a particular of those class, and we continue. So we can come and say total class, for instance. We can see that we have class. We can even go and see how many classes, what is the numbers of this class, and let's just do it now and see. Now you see we have select, or you come here and unselect and just pick only first class. Want to know how many first class is there in this our table here, and we click on OK, and you come down here. You see we have 1,538 first class. of the 9,994 records. So record is also another name we'll use to call row. So you can see that we have been able to do that. And if you call here something like a funnel, that means we have just done only first class and nothing. That is what we picked. We can come again here and put same day and we'll remove first class. We now want to see same day and write OK. You see, same day is 543 of the record. Okay, we'll go again. So we'll have distinct number or distinct class that may have variant number in a given table. Second class is 1945. Then let's see the last one, which is standard class. And we'll click OK. See, standard class is 5,968, which is the majority of the class. So that is how we know the difference between a unique number and distinct number or distinct values. So unique values will give you one record, one unique number, and for distinct we may have few distinct that shares those records together. Another example is just like your finger that is 5, and then you have 100 people that may pick each one of your finger, and if you assign that the thickest finger is number 1 and the smallest one is number 5, anybody can pick within this, and you see that the distance of this is just 5, but in the distance you have various numbers of people picking different numbers on your thumb. So that is what we are talking about. Now we are going to go to generate a chart. We're going to go to generate a chart. The chart we're generating is for us to illustrate some aspects of our work. But before then, I also want to teach you how to flash fill, how to fill. We know we have auto fill in our work. If you look at it, you see fill again here. We have auto fill. The system has a way of filling itself. The system has a way of filling itself. But before then, I would like to teach you how to put up numbers, which will also click later. So we'll go here, we insert a new cell, and when we're inserting, and now you can put number 1 in the record 1 and go down and put number 2, the record 2. Now you want to fill the remaining numbers, assuming they are up to, like this one we are seeing 9,009 something. You will not have all the time to be writing column 1 to that. It will take a lot of time and it is stressful and you can do mistakes. So when you have done these 2, it's enough for you to finish the rest. So what you do is you highlight on the first one, click on the shift and the arrow down to capture everything you want to do. Then you see this your cursor, take it to this small tip here and double click it. Let's go again. So when you double click, you see that it has filled up everything for you. You can see a little interlock on here, auto fill option can also come for you to work with. You can use the auto fill or you can double click. So let's go down to see if it was done. See, it has double filled this work for us, so we don't need to stress ourselves to do that. So let me remove it. So when you watch the video, you always be guided on how to do that. Then you can also do something else. I will give you an instance. We'll have let's open up here and insert. Okay, we have inserted a new column. So we want to generate maybe an email. How do we do it? Because we want the system to study what we are doing so that it can finish the work for us. Now we have Claire Good, we have Darren Van Hoff, we have Sin O Daniel, and the rest. So let's, for instance, start by using the first initials for the name. This is C, G, then we write at gmail.com. Then the next one again is cg at gmail.com. The next one is dvh as gmail.com. As even before I've written, you see that the system has understood what I want to do, and it has continued to. So I will put enter. So my system is trying to. So I'll put enter and see how. Now you see that it has now flash filled everything for me using the initials Allen AA, Irene, Maddox IM, Harold Howen HP. And if you go very down, for instance, look, where is LW? So you see how Excel can use intelligence to fill up a work for us as we have in mind, up to the last DaveBrook@gmail.com. So this is how you can also intelligently fill up your work with the help of intelligence in Excel. So I'll go ahead again and remove this, but I know it's on record, so you can always watch it and see how to do it and use it very effectively. Okay. So I would like to open a new chart. I will call it chart work. So for the chart work, we'll be creating an arbitrary table. The table is to help us to view some values or visualize some values. So we can have something like temperature. Sorry, we have not come out here yet. Okay, so have temperature. I will have mood rate. So I want to see the temperature and how people moods are translated when the temperature is given at a particular rate. I say we have something like 27 degrees Celsius as temperature. and people's mood by rate may be 35 or 350. Let's say 350, and then when the mood is 30, when the temperature is 30, the mood rate becomes 400. When the temperature is on 15, the mood rate is 180. When the temperature is 28 or 20, the mood rate is 320, for instance. Remember, this is arbitrary. We're just trying to put up a figure and see how we can chart it. And then when the temperature is 35, the mood is 500. When the temperature is 10, the mood is 250. When the temperature is 22, the mood is 300. When the temperature is 18, the mood is 230. When the temperature is 31, the mood is 460. And let's have the 10th one. When the temperature is 12, the mood is 180. So let's just pick this as a figure, and then we'll see what we can make out of this. If this is a figure, temperature and mood rate. So having this, we can go to our insert and go to our chart column to see how we can chart this. So want to chart this, we can come here and click on from temperature to the last. Then we'll come to our chart and click on it. If we want to see bubble, click on bubble. See that we can be able to chart whatever we have here as a bubble chart, and we can arrange it to be close by. We can also reduce the bubble size. We can see that when you view this, this is 35 and the size is 500 for mood rate. When it is 31 is 460, this lowest one. When it is 0.15, which is when the temperature is 15, you see that the size is 180. And when the temperature is 12, it's also 180. Okay, so we can come again, and you click outside. You can use this to make changes, to beautify and format the work as you so wish. But let's finish first and see what we can do about it. Then we'll come out again and come to the temperature. Anytime you want to create a new visual, you come out from the old one and pick up the whole temperature value again, and you come to the insert again, and then when you come to insert, you can come again and go again to that place. We have scatter plot, we have scatter with smooth line, we have scatter with, we have different kind of scattergram. So we want to pick this simple scatter. We can pick it and bring it here. It's still explaining the same thing. Still explaining the same thing, but with different visualization. Explain the same thing with different visualization. So we can put it up here and we'll come again and pick our temperature again and go to our insert and look for a new chart again. What can we be able to do from here? We'll look at this. We'll have 2D graph, we'll have 3D, we'll have different visuals that we can make out from here as regards to this simple temperature and mood. So if it's okay, let's pick this to use it to understand our work. Anytime your work shift I don't like, just touch the reverse and you bring it out of it. So we can put it here and reduce the size so that you can match where we want to place it. Also add more values here. Okay, so let's continue. First of all, let's go again and pick our temperature. We're trying to do a simple visual so that you can see how you can be able to do visualization and put up a simple chart that somebody can see and understand. We have 2D, we have donut, we have donut for this, we have 3D pile, we have 2D pile. Whatever we want to place, we can see it here. So which one do we use now? Now, when you look at this, the numbering, okay. If you take this for instance, you see that number 1, you see the color. That color is what tells you what number 1 is. The red tells you what number 2 is. This orange color or the brown color tells you what number 6 is. And number 6 is what? 35,500. So that is what you can see. You can even expand or reduce it. If you don't like it, just take it back to the state where it was before. The state where it was before, or bring it back. Okay, so we can reduce it. We can reduce it and maybe bring it down here. So you drag it. And bring it up. Okay. This is for temperature using our pie chart. We can do other visuals. Maybe do 2 or 3 more videos. Then we'll now format the work. You come to insert again. And you come here, you can open up this. You see we have line chart, different types of line chart, depending on what you want to see. So you can, so let's use this 2D line chart, which one explains our work better. So we are looking at the relationship between temperature and mood rate. So we can do this a bit so that we can fit it to where we want it to be. I'm gonna bring it down and place it here. Then we can go again. Control Shift down, and we'll go to Insert and go to our recommended values. We can go back again here and look at 2D area. Which one do you want to use? Just to show the same thing, you can say to use 3D, but mind you, it is not every chart and every value that you use on every chart. You always use the one that are recommended. For instance, if you are working with a time graph, a time graph that has time frame, you may not use tables that are for static calculation for it. It will not make any sense. So if you have values that are moving with time, or moving with time over a period, it is always advisable you work with time graph. Or line graph, but you can use the tables for values that are static and it will make sense. So just like as a reminder, so you know that and you keep that in mind. So I'm trying to reduce the graph to accommodate the last one that I want to create. Then you see how I do the formatting, and you also do yours likewise. So I will pick my waterfall graph. Just want to exhaust the option that we have there and see what visuals that can be gotten from there. This one is for combo. So I can also pick my combo graph from here. For instance, I pick this, I can reduce it from here, and then any movement that I didn't like, I can always bring it back. Okay, so I've done this. You see that I'm able to, for the same value, chart it differently. There's a waterfall. I'll leave you to do the waterfall chart. It's very simple. So when you have this, you can now go ahead to format your work. How do you want the background to look like? You can come here and pick a value, pick a color that is not dark and place there. You can also come to this your temperature and set up border line for it. Okay, you can come to your mode here and look at the chart element, the axis. The axis title is not there. For instance, you put up the axis title, the axis title will come up. You don't want it, you remove it. You see the chart title is showing. It's called the mood rate. Now the data label is not there. Do you want to see data label? You can click on it and it will come up. So somebody can see at a glance. If they are not overlapping, you may leave it. You see error bar. What do you want to see in error bar, for instance? You can click on it. Standard error, percentage error, standard deviation, more option. And if you don't want any of them, you can move up. There is grid line. Do you want to continue with the grid line or to remove the grid line? Say you want to remove grid line. You see the grid lines has gone. Now the legend is not there. You want to put it, or you want to put trend line. For instance, you can put up trend line, but you may not show, so you don't need it. So you can leave it in this manner. Now you can move out again and come back to it to see other things you can do. See, there's another room for formatting, but those ones are not working, so you can't use them. So you go to the next one, and you can see that you can also format this. The axis mode, axis title, chart, data label. You can leave the data label for clearer vision. Error bar, you don't need it. Grid line, you may remove the grid line. Legend, you want to see the legend or you don't want to see the legend. Since the mood rate is already written there, you want to see trend line. This trend line comes up. So for the trend line, you have options too. Do you want linear, exponential, linear forecast, 2 period moving average, more option? It's at your discretion. So you can just leave it at the linear so that you see the point of the simple point of touch. You can come again here to see. So this allows for minimal adjustment. Even at this, like what is inside here too, you can adjust it. You can even increase the size of your, you can increase the size of your, let's see how it looks like. Bring it down a bit. So for this, you can also, so what you are permitted is just to, is few things that it permits you to do, like axis, data label, data table, error bar, grid line, legend. Where do you want it to appear? The legend is important, so you can leave it the way it is. You can also move your work up. This you can reduce it a bit to be on the same level with these ones. Then you can shift this work a bit closer. Remember, we are at this point, we are formatting our work. Want it to look okay. Close this. You can come again and shift it a bit. Or if you're not comfortable, you can bring. You can bring this point first. Then you now shift from here. Okay. So it makes it look better. So you come up again and look at your temperature again. Have a second look at your temperature. So you can be able to drag this. So to drag some values up. And increase the size. This for your temperature. You can also come to the chart line. Yes, you can do some formatting here. Maybe remove the grid line. And leave it like that. Maybe increase. Okay. Then you come to the chart. So you can also give title to it. Like the chart, you can double click on it and now write the temperature mood manually, and it is what it will be appearing. You can even do some cleaning. You can change the color amongst others. Temperature mood. So you can also do some formatting here. Chart table, grid line, legend, you can leave it the way it is. Come to this place. You can also change the title. Temperature mood. Okay. So you can see that we have been able to chart the simple values using just an arbitrary values to show us how we can be able to chart values. You can see we'll have bubbles, we'll have scattergram, we'll have the chart. You can also change this one too. Temperature mood. Okay. This is a pie chart. We disaggregated it. We also use line graph, 2D line graph, temperature mood to do a lot of things. So this is how you can be able to do simple things even in Excel to visualize one or two things. And I hope it made a lot of sense to us. So in our next class, we'll start with a quick analysis. We show us how to use this quick analysis, and from there we'll enter into other serious work on how to use logical functions, how to use text functions, how to use a lot of functions to solve an assignment, and how to do cleaning with those functions. That is what we'll be seeing in our day 3. So I'll be leaving your space today, and I hope you continue to practice whatever has been provided for you. Don't just watch the video and sit back. Watch the video, practice, and ensure that you internalize whatever has been done. And when you have any question, feel free to write to me through my email, christiandataconcept@gmail.com, or you send a question to the WhatsApp that is always on the screen. The number on the WhatsApp, you can send questions on it and you will get your answer without time wastage. So I'll be leaving your space this morning. May knowledge be with you. Thank you and God bless. Bye bye.
In today's world, data is the new gold. Data scientists unlock insights from raw information. They use statistical methods to analyze trends. Data analysts convert data into visual stories. By creating dashboards, they help organizations make informed decisions. Machine learning models can predict future outcomes. They identify patterns that aren't visible to the naked eye. Data cleaning ensures accuracy in analysis. Collaboration across departments enhances data insights. They utilize programming languages like Python and R for analysis. Cloud computing resources expand their capabilities. With big data, they tackle complex challenges across industries. Ethics in data science ensures responsible use of information. The future of data science looks bright with endless possibilities.